Yo, it's Big Fan Breezy with the Brooklyn Nets vlog. What's good with y'all, man? You know what I'm saying? I'm just chilling. I was watching the interview with Mikal Bridges in Podcast P. Y'all should check that out. But we here right now. You know what I'm saying? We're going to recap it. We're going to get into a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Let's talk.
Big Fan Breezy with the Brooklyn Nets vlog.
B-R-O-O-K-L-Y. That ain't B-R-O-O-K-L-Y.
Yo, listen, man. It's Big Fan Breezy. And listen, the first thing I want to talk about, I kind of want to get back into that interview, but that's the longer part of the video, the live. So I'll wait for that. But yeah, he said a lot of things in there that I want to address. But first, I want to say, shout out to Bronny. I heard you in stable condition, and that's more. We care more about that than your basketball career. It's just separate. You're not born just to play basketball. You got a life, and maybe I know this impacts your life. I don't know which direction you go as far as playing basketball again, but I got love for you as a person, a human, not just a ball player. And you're somebody's son, somebody's brother. You know, you are you. You know, you just you yourself, and that's good enough. So I just want to let you know that you got love out here, man. You ain't gotta be a basketball player to get love out here. You know what I'm saying? You got love out here. Um, Shout to Leaf Diggy, man. Leaf Diggy in the building early shit. I mean, I pulled up a minute ago. My guy here already. When Leaf is here and Breeze is here, y'all should know that Brooklyn is here. Oh yeah, we gonna get to it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we gonna get to it. Um, yeah, I think that we got some new player named Pat Gardner. Lord of mercy. Me and Leaf probably gonna get into that. But that interview, man, they asked Mikal Bridges, who you want to play with in FIBA? He said he was about to say Jalen. His eyes lit up when he was about to say Jalen Brunson. Then Paul George had to tell him, nah, not Jalen Brunson, somebody else. Say somebody else besides him. You know what I mean? So,
please tell them niggas to say somebody else, bro. I'm about sick and tired of we've been going back and forth with these niggas, bro. Like since they got Josh Hart, bro. Like I'm not finna do this. I'm not finna do this the rest of the year. I'm washing my hands with this situation, bro. Like we can't keep going backwards. You feel me? Like it's not. This is not a democracy. You know what I'm saying, bro? Like it's not finna just go down just because the chemistry was there in the collegiate form, bro. No.
Talk that shit, Leaf. Talk your shit.
Bro, like,
I got you, Andre. I know you pulled up for smoke, but Leaf talking that shit right now.
It's not going to go down. I'm not going to keep explaining myself with you Knicks fans, bro. Like, y'all this is going to end real soon. This little charade that y'all on, this one trick pony season that y'all had, it's gonna end, bro. Like it's coming to an end, and then y'all gonna go right back. Y'all gonna go right back to being the same disappointment in the tri-state area that y'all always been. It's just that simple, bro. Like now, I that's my last time addressing it. Now, I did I did people on the Bronny situation. Pieces out to Bronny. And prayers up to him. And I ain't really had too much to say on that. I wanted to speak on. The motherfucking robbery that took place. I ain't want to watch no nigga pockets, my nigga, but listen, 300 M's.
Oh man.
Shit.
Hold on. I might have some. Hold on, Leaf. I might have some smoke. What up, RJ76, man? You come here to talk hoops or you trying to cook, man? What's goody with you?
Man, I'm trying to do both. What's up, Leaf?
What's good, Dre?
Wait, you from Brooklyn or?
We both from Brooklyn.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
But Breezy, what's up?
Now what? What you mean? What's up, man? Shit, we just talking hoops, man. I pulled up and I did what I had to do on the pull up, man. You know what it is? Like the locker room pulled up on my page, like he was fitting to do something. I'm like, nigga, what you fitting to do? What you fitting to say? I told your ass when I was over there to pay homage and respect to my knowledge about basketball. What you do? You want to be funny for your audience, so go ahead, have at it. But I told you, coaching is 45% or more. You said it was 15%, but you made over 15 videos blaming Ham for losing. So stop it. So yeah, I told him what it was, just like I'm telling you, Nate. Like, yo, all of you are fans. I got smoke with all y'all. Y'all sweat bus, bro. What you thought you was gonna pull up here and you was just nah, bro. Y'all sweat bus, bro. It's like that. If we got swept 2 seasons in a row, bro, what you thought this was?
Well,
Look, bro, you
hold
keep
on,
talking.
no, hold
Bro,
on, wait. I gotta cut in between. First off, the team that they swept was a 28 game version of half of a season of a team, bro. Like, so that really don't count. If y'all want to say they cut, if they Boston want to say they cut swept Kevin Durant, I'm cool with that, man. Fuck Kevin Durant, bro. Like, that's the type of time I'm on. But
Yeah, exactly, man. Fuck everything. We
like,
don't care
yeah,
about Kevin
so
Durant like that. Oh, he not
yeah.
on the team no more.
Yeah. But listen, if you want to say you swept a 28 version of a team that switched basically a four starters and then basically left four of the same players on the team coming into next year from the previous year, bro. Like, then if anybody in Philly want to flex about that, man, like I'm like,
Yeah,
okay.
I'm telling you, man. That I'll be talking to this. Basically,
wait,
him. He the only 76.
Was Claxton on the team?
With
Yeah,
Claxton
I
on the
said,
team
yeah,
for what?
that was the person I was alluding to. Yeah, that was the only starter. That
All
was
right,
the only
was
starter that we started the season with.
Right,
what
it
about
was only one.
Watanabe?
What about him?
Watanabe, he
Yeah,
wasn't
was
on
he
the
on the?
play. He wasn't on the playoff roster. No,
He
No,
didn't play in the playoffs.
no,
no,
he
All
he
didn't.
right,
ain't getting no minutes for real.
what about
He ain't
Royce
get no.
O'Neal?
He
Royce
played big
O'Neal
minutes.
did.
What about the 6'9" dude, the backup center? I forgot his name.
Talking about Daron Sharp.
Dayron
Darren
Sharp.
Sharp. Yeah, was he on the
Dayron
team?
Sharp. Dayron Sharp was on the team, but he barely got minutes anyway. Too.
He
No,
got
but
out.
he stepped on the court.
Nah,
He stepped on
he
the
got
court.
outplayed by Ed Reed, and he couldn't play good perimeter defense. But so what?
All right, did Eric Sumner play?
No,
Not really.
Did he get on the court?
no, that
So
that
I
was
don't remember him getting minutes
I
for
don't
my
remember him
real.
case in
getting
point
minutes
is
at all.
there were players who started the season and went into the playoffs and they all got swept. That's all I'm saying. But Breezy, you keep talking about the Sixers and the process being over and this and that. I mean,
I
come on,
said
bro.
that.
You want you did say that, but let me start with the Nets
Oh,
in
y'all should change
2019.
the process.
Yeah, let me start. Okay, let me start in
Hold on,
2019.
let me be clear about what I said exactly before you attack certain talking points.
All right, go ahead.
I said that Embiid only got shot to the second round since he been there. Regardless of how good he is or isn't, he shouldn't be the number one guy. It should be Maxey. The process should start with Maxey. It did start
I
with
agree with
Embiid,
that.
but respectfully, because of the success that Embiid had with the Sixers only being to the second round, I think the process should be young. You know, the NBA is going younger. You know, it sounded like I was trying to cook you, but I was really talking basketball. But go ahead. Go
Nah,
ahead.
but bro, how can just one player lead a team to a conference finals? Don't the role players got to do their jobs? Don't the
No,
coach, like you said, does the coach has to do his job or not?
bro, yes. Yes.
So why are
Yes.
you just blaming Embiid and saying that Embiid is the reason why the Sixers are not getting to the conference finals?
Because coaching wise, Doc Rivers, that's their game plan. That's their main man. If Embiid ain't taking them to the promised land, they ain't gonna get there. And we seen that. We seen evidence of that. They ain't really give Mac. It was always to go to Embiid, whether he impacted the game or not, because he was getting to the free throw line, and that's a big part of his game. And with last season rule changes, like I mean, he did benefit in the regular season, but in the playoffs when it was time to show up, bro, I don't know what happened to your dude, bro.
I know exactly what happened to him.
What happened to him, Leaf? To
You
help
know
this
what happened to him?
76er
What
fan,
happened
man.
to him was what always happened to him. He ran out of gas. He ran. Everybody in
Oh,
Philly
you
know
talking
it.
about the usage rate? The
Yeah,
usage rate.
no. I'm talking about him. He ran out of gas.
Mm,
His body just don't hold up. Dre know what I'm
mm.
talking about, bro. His body don't hold up. This has been how many seasons? This has been the last 4 or 5 years with this dude. I mean, like every time you get to say he was injured the third game into our series, and it was a sweep. That was sweet, bro. Like we saw the injuries lingering, bro. Like, he came back after game one, after Harden dropped that 42, and then they went. I knew they wasn't gonna go up 3-1 because Doc blow 3-1 leads, but we now
Oh
found
man.
out he blow 3-2 leads, so it don't really matter.
Oh
So
man.
I
You
already know
happy
what
with
was
that
up.
76er fan? Or
But
you glad he got fired?
oh yeah, absolutely. But what do you think Joel Embiid should do like to his body? I think he should like he's 280, but I think he should like slim down a little bit and get to like 270 or 260
I agree.
because I
I
think
agree.
most of his injuries are just all that weight coming down. It's just too much. It's too much for the knees
He's
to
he's too much
endure.
of a big dude to be flopping. Like
I put it to you
Right.
this
you
way.
can't be
Yeah, like
getting up and down like that. Like it's one. Hold on, I just want to say this, Lee. I'm not trying to cut you off. You can't be that big, and it's one thing to slam the ball, but to constantly hit the floor because you flopping and shit like that, bro. You got to get back up. And when you know what I'm saying, like you don't want to get your body
Bro.
getting used to falling on the floor.
Bro, he does. He
I'm pretty
does.
sure as a
What
Sixer fan, bro, you got a problem with him hitting the floor a whole bunch of
I do,
times.
but
What?
the doctors told him that anytime he feels like there's a lot of stress on his legs, he should just fall to the floor to let the rest of his body endure the pain. That's why he
Why
be
would they
falling down
say
too much.
that?
I mean, you can look it up. There's an article about that. Now, I personally don't agree with that because falling down like as big as you are, falling down with that height,
That's gonna
falling down.
hurt more.
Like
Exactly.
you could be that big and hurt somebody. Like you're a big dude. Like you know what I'm saying?
Right. I
Like
mean,
Here's what.
he stepped
Here's
on
the.
Grant Williams' head, but he didn't
oh
put his
my
weight
god.
on it.
Yeah, I
Because
remember
Grant
that play.
Williams would
Yeah,
have been so hurt.
Yeah,
yes,
that
that would have been
was dirty.
that would have been
That was
a
nasty. Though.
catastrophic play. But
Right.
I would say this. I definitely agree with you with the him should drop like a good
The weight
10
thing.
pounds. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because listen, it worked dividends for Joker because Joker was able to he was beating AD up the court, bro. Like I'm like
He
looking, I'm
was.
like, are you serious?
Yeah.
Like you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it clearly worked for on his counterpart, which is going to be his counterpart for at least the next year or two,
Right.
along with Giannis is already like on another stratosphere, but I mean, but right now him and Joker is on the same timeline. So you got your MVP, you got your scoring titles, you got your first team, all of this. Now it's basically looking like you the odd man out because now you MVP, but you ain't get to the conference finals. So it's almost like they gave you MVP so they could label you. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
but here's
But
the thing.
I just
I
want
would say this. Hold on, no. Just to add to that, I would say this now. As far as the Maxi part go, I think
yeah.
Maxi has a tremendous advantage that a lot of people don't that a lot of people don't even realize. I think Maxi is going to be like at least the X factor or at least the number two going forward for this team for that team. And as far as the rest of the pieces that fall in place, now that they got Nick Nurse, they got to figure out a way to reroute that roster to play some goddamn defense because that's what he gonna want to do.
Right.
And pretty much if Joel is not on that same timeline because you already know who about to get that fat suit and get his
But see,
trade,
but
get up
that's
out of
what I'm
there.
saying, Leaf. That's why I'm trying to stay with you at the timelines. You know, what I mean, Joel Embiid, he been in the league for a minute, and then you know he might get them same type of urges that Dame Lillard getting. Like, hey, I ain't winning with this team. I'm trying to go to another team. I know if I go to that team, I'm finna win with that team. Nobody gives flack to Kawhi Leonard for being the piece to go to Toronto because it was such a good fit. Now, I'm not gonna lie, it was a great fit, but that being said, they
They
kept
had to
their
make a
core.
lot of trades for that shit to work too. You got to remember that because that
What you
team, a
talking
lot of
about the Kawhi
yeah,
Leonard trade?
that no. I'm talking about before the trade deadline when they finally got Gasol and Ibaka and all of them, bro. Like they had to
Okay.
pick them up. They had to pick those pieces up because really the team initially before that year, who was it? Siakam was barely getting any clock
Mm-hmm.
when they had the DeRozan. It was really Kyle Lowry, DeRozan, I think Ibaka.
Ibaka was on the team.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Ibaka was on the team. I think OG
Mm-hmm.
Anunoby had
OG.
got hurt.
Yeah, he was coming off the bench. Now
Yeah,
the
he
year
was coming
before he was coming off the bench.
the year before he was coming off the bench.
Right.
Who else they had? I think they had Biombo, somebody else, if I remember. But they had some
Right.
other pieces. Once they switched out Marcus All, they switched in for Marcus All and a
Yeah,
couple
they
of
had
other pieces.
Valanciunas.
Yeah,
Valanciunas.
because they have Valanciunas, and then they got Norman Powell some clock. They got Danny Green. They had to bring in some more pieces for that whole thing to work. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it
Oh,
was
all
like,
right.
Right.
Cool. All right. So
yeah,
it wasn't a perfect fit. All right.
So it wasn't a perfect because remember Danny Green, if I'm not mistaken, Danny Green was with
Kawhi in San Antonio.
yeah, he was with Kawhi San Antonio, and then they brought on Marcus Gasol from the Grizzlies, and
Right.
then that
But
then
you
that's
know
what
what?
then
I was
eventually it worked.
right.
But
I'm glad you said all that, Leaf. But I was saying that to say that you gotta look at these players' careers in contract wise. You know, like what are they age when they get in the league, and how long is
mm-hmm.
that contract? And then you know what I'm saying. Some players be playing for the bag. I always like using Bruce Brown for example, because I like his story. You know, Bruce
Right.
Brown came led by Detroit, got recruited by KD, came to the Brooklyn Nets, played, stayed, could have took the bag before coming back to the Brooklyn Nets because we both know we all know he had offers,
Left
right?
KD weak ass to go win a ring. Yeah, yeah, you missed that part.
No, I ain't finished. I'm saying that to say contract wise, he was taking small contracts. He
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
wasn't
he
taking
took a
one
pay
year,
cut.
2 years. He wasn't getting no big contracts, and
Right.
he put himself in a situation like you got to. I'm saying, look how he negotiated his NBA career. Like he went from Detroit, which is not known for being a good team in this era, right? And then you got from 2020, I'm talking about, and then you got you know what I'm saying? He
And
went to the
going to the
Brooklyn Nets.
Nets.
We a team. Like I think the identity of the Brooklyn Nets, and you know, I see you there, 76 fans. So don't try to copy our swag, no shit like that. You know what I'm saying? But the identity of the Brooklyn Nets, from what I can see from the front office, is that they give guys opportunities. You know, they gave TJ Warren another opportunity, Ed Sumner opportunity. Anytime there's we got undrafted players as well before, you know what I'm saying? And DDJ, I don't know why
Right.
they didn't give him a contract. But what I'm saying is just the identity with the team and with the front office. It's like they trying to, you know, hold on to the power that they lost when KD and Kyrie was here. If they would have gave Kyrie that bag, they would have been miserable.
Oh yeah,
I
yeah,
felt like they
absolutely,
needed to free
absolutely,
themselves up,
Yeah.
but just
absolutely.
on the money side of things and just being obligated based on production. Like, hold up. Why am I paying you that because of the accolades you got before you got here?
Well, here's the thing. We gave Katie that back on the way
Championships to
in.
be specific.
We gave Kevin Durant money on the way in. We gave Kyrie money on the way in. That's how we got them. So
Right.
that's the thing.
But
The
he was
thing is, well,
injured too.
yeah, he was. Yeah, we gave him that back, knowing that he was gonna be out that first year. Boom, we already
Right.
sat
So,
out.
but hold on, you know, because the Nets front office get a lot of ridicule, but I want to slow it down. Do they deserve it? Because
No,
giving KD the bag that first year, I thought that was, you know, they wasn't trying to win it that first year because we knew KD wasn't going to play. So again, a lot of things get jaded, right? Because y'all might figure that, you know, oh, it was just 4 years, but let's break it down. Like he said, when you articulated that first year, we knew we wasn't going to win a chip, but we was trying to work towards something. You know what I'm saying? Because we knew KD wasn't going to be there for his
right,
contract wise.
right.
You know what I'm
Well,
saying?
y'all gave DeAndre Jordan $40 million too for
Nah,
Yeah,
that
years.
was
yeah,
crazy.
that was ridiculous.
Yeah,
That was the beginning of the end. That was the beginning of the end, bro. Because
nah. I ain't gonna
no.
lie. You
I'm gonna
got
tell
it.
you,
You got it.
I'm gonna tell you why, Breeze. Because you
That was
touched on this
wild.
before. Jared Allen was already working his way
No,
towards like the
You ain't got to
conference.
walk down this road like I don't know. I already know what this way
Yeah,
this go, bro.
yeah. But
Yeah,
anyhow, basically that front office bent over backwards, basically for the star talent, the same way, kind of the same way that the Lakers that the Clippers did with Kawhi and PG. It's almost on the same scale, bro. The thing is, we got rid of our problem. The Clippers still got their problem.
Mhm.
That's the problem. That's the issue. So if you really want to be
hmm
technical about it, the Clippers, even though they did make the conference finals, a la without Kawhi Leonard, we didn't make the conference finals with Kevin Durant, and well, we ain't have Kyrie or James Harden fully healthy, whatever. It is what it is, man. We done made our bed. We was able to sleep in it, and we was able to remake the bed and basically flip the mattress with the team that we got now and do it all over again. But that's not what I wanted to talk about. I wanted to speak on
I
this
definitely
damn
wasn't
hot.
trying to talk about that.
Yeah, I definitely wanted to speak on. I need to know what y'all feeling about this 300 M's, bro. Like that Jamal that
Oh
Jayla
man,
Brown. Yo, he robbed these niggas with a black mass in the sport. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro.
bro.
Like, listen, if Danny, I know for a fact, if Danny Ainge is in that front office, he is not
Nah,
getting
but
no
what I'm
300 man.
saying, look, yo, Leaf. What I'm saying is, you gotta realize first off what it is, as far as expectations in the front office, what they expect from players. Like you gotta realize the Boston Celtics with these two draft picks that they got from the Nets, they went And bro, they went to the finals and the conference finals, bro. They not letting them go. They don't care about money. You think about 300 M's like it's really 300 M's to you. To them, it ain't no motherfucker. Have it. We can get to the
I
finals and it's
understand
hold
that.
on. What I'm saying is from the front office to the player, if he's part of the reason why you're having one of the better records 1 through 4 going into the playoffs, and then you go deep, have a deep run
I'm gonna tell you the
in the
problem with
playoffs.
the.
Hold on. Bro, again, I'm
No, no,
only
no. Go
saying
ahead.
this
I'm gonna
not to
tell you the
convince
problem
you.
with
I'm
this.
not saying this to convince you. I'm saying this to say that when it come to the budget, money fluctuate. It's a fluctuating situation. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you know what I mean. You gotta realize like it ain't like it's deep, but it ain't that deep. You know what I mean? I guess pause. I don't know. Like
Right. But here, let me tell.
pause.
Breeze. Let me tell you the issue with this. The whole time that they had Tatum and Brown, they was able to build formidable teams because they were spreading the money around. That's
Hmm.
one. That's
Right.
one. Number two, since they got rid of their grit, which is Grant Williams, who was the only person that was manning up to Jimmy in that series this past season, and they got rid of Marcus Smart, who was their defensive player of the year, who was basically their voice on the court and their spirit and their guide, bro. Like, and basically their vocal lead. Another one of their vocal leaders. Now that's gone, and you swap that out for a Brogdon, who you was about to trade to the Clippers, who had an injury. You had to bring it back, and then a Porzingis, who ain't never really been healthy and who always had injury problems, even going back to his days in New York. That's two. Number three, you basically went all in because realistically, that team that they had this past year that made the conference finals, Brad Stevens did built that team. Danny Ainge built that team. If
You
Danny
think
Ainge
it's
was in, yeah. If Danny Ainge was in that front office, bro, like knowing what we know about the Boston Celtics and the way they flip rosters in the last 10 years, bro, he is not getting that. He is not getting that money. Ain't no way he's getting traded before that he ever get a chance at that money. But and this is what I was standing on, because I know the I know something was wrong with that front office because the Boston Celtics don't give out supermax extensions ever.
yo?
They never gave it to
Listen,
Paul Pierce. They
man,
never gave it to KG. They never gave it to Rondo. They never gave it to anybody. And this
bruh.
is the dude that they gave it to.
But you
This
But
gotta
is the
but
realize. Hold on, I
but
just want to
Leaf,
say
let's
this.
let me get this.
Andre B.
Wait.
Then I'm done. I'm gonna just
All
make
right,
this quick,
cool. Cool.
bro. Far as contracts and getting big money and all that, and you contrast it to what the Nets front office did. We did
Mhm.
good. I give us an A+ after what I see. Go ahead, Andre
Yeah.
B.
Go ahead, Andre.
Yeah, Leaf. I just wanted to ask you, like, do you think Jalen Brown is worthy of a supermax contract?
Hell no.
Okay, so what makes you say that?
I say
This
that
is
because
bullshit.
listen, do you still point like if we could still clearly point out the weaknesses, on him, just off the strength of basketball, I'm thinking that 300 mil, bro. Like in second, you still ain't pay Jason Tatum. It's 35% of your cap, and you already booked it to JB. Instead of leaving some of that money on the ground to build the rest of the roster, which you already was getting rid of. You got rid of Marcus Smart. You let him go to whatchamacallit, and then you let Grant Williams go, and you who was giving you great minutes, and let him go to Dallas. So that's
So
two
you
outs.
saying? Hold on. Let me ask you something, Leaf. I just want to ask a question. Do you think they trying to make Jalen Brown the number one guy over Tatum?
I no, I don't know, but
I mean, 300 mil, man. That's kind of like
the direction that they going, just
they
without
gonna
even
pay
looking at the
Tatum. They
money.
gonna pay Tatum more.
The direction that they going, well, just not even looking at the money. The direction that they going, I've seen this before from
You
Boston.
can't even fit
The,
nobody else on the roster with
Of
it being
course,
like
bro.
that.
Like because if they pay another supermax,
Who else could
that's
they
7.
afford to pay?
They can't
Yo,
afford to
how
pay
long? How many
nobody.
years is that for Jalen Brown? 4 years.
That's 5
Five,
years, 300
five.
mil, bro. Like he gonna be seeing 50 million a year from
Yeah.
2024 to
But he
2029.
could ask for a trade if he wanted, though.
Yeah. It come with a trade. It come with a trade court. But the thing is, who else gonna be making that much money to
Yeah, I want to
for this
see him. I
trade?
want to see him go through it or go to a different team. Not
I
the Brooklyn Nets. We
I
can't
know.
pay nobody that kind of bread no more. Like this is crazy.
Here's the thing. By the time he wins the championship, it ain't gonna be on Boston. He's gonna be the fourth option, bro, on the team somewhere else. Trust me, because that's what it
A
like.
fourth
Listen,
option?
the fourth option,
Damn.
guaranteed, bro. Bro, by the time that contract is over, how old he gonna be? He gonna be in his 30s. He gonna be the fourth option somewhere. Trust me, bro. Like I'm
Man.
telling you, him and Jason Tatum weaknesses, bro, are glaring. That's why I call. This is why I go on other people's podcasts and I say the Boston Celtics got two Scottie Pippins. and don't nobody want to listen to me, bro. Like, and every
Two
time I
Scottie
say it,
Pippens is crazy.
yes, they
Nah,
got two
talk that
Scottie
too
Pippins,
Scotty
bro.
shit. Talk
Yes,
that too Scotty shit.
they got two Scottie Pippins in terms of guys, bro. As the bigger
No,
the moment gets,
respectfully, they got busy that year though. Like you can't talk. Hold it down. Because Scotty, when he had without Jordan, you know what I'm saying, where did he go? He went to the conference finals, or was it
he went to the
Nah, it was
second
the
round.
second round.
the second round? I respect it. I respect it
He
though.
went to the second round and he caused a pissy fit, man, because they gave Tony Kukoc the ball down
Yeah, I
the stretch
remember
and
that. He
not
was
him.
hot.
That's what had
But
happened, bro.
the Bulls did get robbed though, because that closeout, it was not a foul
Look,
on John
look.
Starks or whoever. That was not a foul.
We gonna be calling that for years, bro. Like, listen, whether they got robbed or whether they didn't, the bottom line is the bigger the moment gets, the bigger the moments get, and the more resistance that JT and JBC, the more they subtract. I go back to you know how I know they subtract, bro. Tell me you wasn't looking at that Golden State Finals when they was playing, and Steph Curry and they were switching Steph, and Golden State felt calmly about switching Steph on Jason Tatum, and Jason Tatum was not abusing that matchup. Tell me you wasn't yelling at the screen, yo, you got Steph guarding you, and you not abusing that. That's a problem with me, bro. I'm not giving you that pass. You don't abuse Steph. You don't abuse Steph 15 feet away from the basket. I don't have respect for you. I don't, bro. I don't care what you drop. I don't care about how many points you drop. I don't care what you did in Boston. Nothing. No, you're not getting that respect from me. And that go. And then you go into the next year, and then you get punked by Jimmy, and you down 3-0. Then somehow you come back only to get blown out on your home court in Game 7. I'm like, yo, come on, man.
But
This team is a joke, bro.
But Leaf, you do know you get paid for more of what you do in the regular season than the playoffs, right?
Yeah, I understand that.
And he made
because it's every
I
team want to
understand
make
that.
it to the playoffs. You want to be a
Right.
winning organization.
Because of the first the All NBA incentives.
Right, he made the All NBA, made a All-Star team.
Mm-hmm.
He averaged like what, 26, 27 points per game?
Yeah, 26. Yeah, about.
So they looking at that and their project and what you gonna do in the future. That's how they pay you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Now,
and then now also to add to what you said, Andre 76, you see how they said like 62, 65 games before you get X, Y, and Z, like
right.
Like they want you to play more games.
Right, I'm all for that.
Yeah, I felt
and
and the thing is, whether he earned the money or he didn't earn the money, that's really not the point. The point is they had enough money to throw around to rebuild that team and flip it again like they always did. This is a team in the last 10 years, bro, and going back to the last 15 years, going back from 08 when they switched from the big three to Jalen Green to IT to these two to Kyrie to Gordon Hayward to Kemba Walker. Without them, and then got Ime, and then marched to the finals. They've been knocking on the door for the last since they had IT that year when he was averaging 29, and then he went to the conference finals and got beat by LeBron. And then the next year, LeBron ain't had nobody. All they had to do was just give the ball to Jason Tatum after he dunked on LeBron, and they gave the ball to Jack and Jill, aka Terry Rozier, and then they shot themselves out of the fucking game. Right. That's all they had to do, bro. Like I've been watching this team for years, bro. They are boogers, bro. Like these niggas is walking jokes. They stains, bro. Like they mess up the Eastern Conference because now you got dumbass offensive teams like Milwaukee hosting the NBA championship while they still looking for their first one since 2008. You know what I'm saying? So this is how they going about it with two dudes that basically could get pushed away from the basket very easily. They said they could settle very easily. They don't have no left. If you force them left, bro, they get exposed very easily. The Golden State Warriors proved it, and they had half a fucking team. I'm sick and tired of this, man. I'm washing my hands, bro. The Boston Celtics have two Scottie Pippens, bro.
You see, every time we talking about Brooklyn Nets, Leaf get upset, man. Shout to Brock work in the building. He a Nets fan. Yo, what up, Barry, man? You want to say some KD fan shit?
Barry, what up, bro?
No. I hear Ben Simmons is healthy now. You think he gonna average 30?
I don't know.
Why you gotta stop that,
bro? Barry, come on. This ain't the time, bro.
Like, why you want to do that, bro? You just want to
this ain't the time.
About a player that
Barry be trolling a lot on that.
Come on, Barry. This ain't the time.
Like, why you even do that, man?
Cut that out, Barry. Come on, man.
He probably somewhere playing basketball right now. And you just talk
Stop
about
it, Stop it. He's somewhere playing. What's that shit called? Call of Duty or something.
I don't even know if
Yeah,
he's playing. But listen, I'm optimistic about. Listen, when it comes to Ben Simmons coming into this season, there's a thin line between optimism and realism.
Reality.
yo,
Yes,
shout to yo. Hold
that's
on,
what it is.
listen. Y'all
Yeah.
see the name? Shout to Barry. You see the name of the title, Barry? It's Mikal Bridges is a good teammate, and the reason
Yeah.
why. But listen, but the reason why Mikal Bridges is a good teammate is because the way he talked about Ben Simmons, and I heard you say,
Bro,
and it
bro,
was
bro, bro. Me and you know he
hold
didn't
on,
say that.
yeah, I seen
Yeah, he
you.
was playing the
But look,
politics
but
game,
Pete,
bro.
if you watched the interview, I don't know if you did. Did you see it?
Yeah, I was watching the whole thing with Paul George. Yeah.
All right, so again, you right there, you can see you cannot miss the fact that he's answering these questions and he's straight on. And, it's not like he's
Well,
fidgeting.
I mean,
well, Breeze,
he
I would
probably not
say this.
he probably not telling the truth, but he has to say he
He
don't
a
want to.
good
You feel me?
teammate.
Well,
Down,
Breeze.
he's
The
still a
thing
good
is, he
teammate.
don't have that. He don't have that much history with him to be saying anything negative about him.
Yeah.
That's the thing about it. So my thing
But
is like,
not. But did y'all see the part where he said he wanted to play with Ben Simmons when he thought he was going to the
yeah, he
76ers?
thought he was going to 76. Yeah, I seen that part.
Yeah, I
Yo,
saw that
this
part.
could be the
His,
revenge, and
his,
we could
his,
get revenge on the 76ers, and then the Brooklyn Nets could get.
Mm,
listen,
yeah,
look.
man, I
That
don't know what he's
we
saying.
could
That's
give
down the
Mikal
line.
Bridges and Ben
I don't know
Simmons could
about
beat the
that.
'76ers in the
That's
playoffs.
down the line. That's some episodes
Oh
away,
shit!
bro.
That's a
Like,
big
Regular
if.
listen,
season.
That's a big if.
Hold on, let me ask you.
that's some episodes away. We lost to that team six
Hold
times
on, hold
straight,
on,
bro.
shit. Hold on, but let me ask real
Got
quick. But
swept
just
actually.
just with the or everything that happened last season, or everything that happened in the off season now, yeah, I think the Atlantic Division is still the toughest division in the NBA.
Hell yeah, it is.
Hell yeah! What in the East? Hell yeah!
Yeah, in the East
No, in the
especially.
NBA, in the East for sure, but the
And the
NBA
NBA,
maybe.
and the NBA
NBA?
it may not. Well, that might be the Pacific Division because the Kings made the
Yeah, the
playoffs.
Pacific. Yeah.
Yeah, and then
Right.
Denver won the
Yeah,
championship.
then the Lakers, the Suns, the Warriors, and the Clippers and the Kings
Yeah,
made
that's
the
all good
playoffs.
teams right there. Yeah, that's all good
They
teams.
Facts.
they whole division made that playoff. So
Yeah.
I mean, Toronto basically got booed out. They basically got cheered out of their own building by DeMar
Oh yeah.
DeRozan's daughter. Um.
I don't feel like
Uh.
Toronto's gonna be the same this year.
Yeah. The Knicks found lightning in the bottom. They basically ran into Cleveland.
Yeah, they're
Them they
playing. They're
that
playing good right now.
Yeah, that Mickey Mouse ass team. Boston, we all know what happened to them. Philly was supposed to take Boston, but we all know what happened there. And then we
Yeah,
all know
how
what
y'all
happened to
feel?
us.
Now, let me
But
ask you. Yeah,
I think if the Bucks is healthy, they're coming out the East.
nah, it's
I
too
don't know.
early
They
to
got to they
say.
got to change that roster around.
Yeah, it's too
Uh, bro, listen, bro.
listen,
It was the
but no,
coach, bro.
hold on,
Trust me,
hold
bro.
on,
It was the coach.
hold
It was
on,
the
hold
I
coach.
on.
don't think it was the coach.
He
I
don't
just,
make adjustments, bro.
but that's the thing about adjustments. First off, you got to realize they just got a new coach. It ain't that familiar. You can give credit to Ime, but there's not a lot of new
Bro,
coaches that
once you
take
have,
their team.
If
Bro,
if,
this
if you
is
really
true,
if you
bro.
really
It's not
think
a
bro,
lot
if
of
Adrian,
Giannis,
coaches that
nah.
take their
Here's
team
the
to the
thing.
finals, bro.
bro, if Giannis is
Here's the
healthy
thing.
and Middleton, they good. Trust me.
If we
Bro,
thinking
it's not. I mean,
Adrian Griffin is just gonna come in and
we just seen what happened.
with a team that already won a title, bro, like, and then just create that magic again. We all know they ain't had no business winning no championship. That was a dumbass offensive team, bro. Defensively is one of the reasons why that happened, bro. They had a lot of luck that year, bro. It is what it is. I'm not taking it away from them, bro, but we all know, bro, like they ain't had no business winning no damn
Now they
championship.
got lucky that year though.
Of course they got lucky, but the thing is with Milwaukee, the problem with Milwaukee is they got to change
Yeah, I'll
that
be
shit
back.
around.
Yeah.
They got to Milwaukee got to change that shit around, Barry, bro. Like they still holding on to pieces, bro. That's breaking down. Like
Yeah.
Middleton is breaking down. Brooke Lopez is still having his good years, but he's getting older. Drew Holiday, he could clearly get exposed if he's put on an island with bigger guards and guarding bigger players. If he's guarding little dudes, bro, like then he don't have no problem with that. But he could get exposed too. So Giannis could get exposed. He like all of them has gotten exposed
Yeah.
in like some of the worst moments, bro, in the past in the postseasons in the past, bro. Like so. They really gotta fix a lot of other issues. They did pick up whatchamacallit from the Lakers. They did pick up Beasley, so I mean that's a good plus in the right direction. But
Yeah.
As far as the Mikal interview, bro, like I don't necessarily think he was playing politics. I just did think he didn't have anything negative to say about Ben Simmons, bro. Like that's one of them things. It was just like, oh, all right, man. Like, listen, as far as since I've been there, man, he been good, man. Like, listen, we've been cool. We had some chemistry on and off the court, whatever. And it's probably all true, man. And he probably looking forward to big things now. Listen, when the shit go left, and it probably will most likely go left. I'm not registering that it's not. I mean, it's gonna happen the way it's gonna happen. My whole thing is how are we gonna fit Ben Simmons on the court with Nick Claxton? Now we got two shooting liabilities.
Yeah.
Right.
That's my whole problem. Like, so if you want to start Ben Simmons and Cam Thomas, that's fine with me. Now you just asking Ben Simmons to push the ball faster and Cam Thomas to score faster. And you asking Mikal to play more defense. So
Yeah, I don't know if Nick Claxton and Ben Simmons can play together. They don't shoot.
Well, Claxton was working on threes. Ben Simmons always knows how to shoot in a pickup game. I don't know. I honestly don't know, bro. Like, listen, if Ben Simmons somehow found a shot in this last couple of years, come on, bro. I'm just thinking to myself, I'm like, oh, yo, bro. If Ben Simmons somehow found some type of
But don't you know you see the videos when like the kids come in and the teacher do all the handshakes for each one like that? Like that's like
all that.
well, you know what I'm saying?
So you want to go home and correct? Look at Charles. He got an F. I'm gonna give him a C.
Yeah, I'm here, bro. Listen, I was just telling Barry, I'm like, yo, bro, listen. Ben Simmons in the lineup. My only concern with him being in the lineup, healthy or not healthy, I'm worrying about how it's gonna work with him and Nick Claxton in a half court set.
Yeah, because team's gonna like double off them.
Basically, that's basically what it is. If you got Nick Claxton at the high top of the key, playing pick and roll or playing a give and go game, or the dribble handoff game, bro, like. Okay, you could do the same thing with Ben Simmons because he's able to drive more and manipulate a little bit better because of his passing. But with Claxton, I'm just
welcome back to another episode of Podcast P, presented to you by Prize Picks.
Fuck Podcast P. Nobody give a fuck about that.
That's
funny as hell. Yo, look, I'm telling you. This is why I say he a good teammate. Listen, he like, yo, I want everybody to eat. And then I'm telling you, he don't know how to answer the question about Cam Thomas. He was like, yo, why you ain't give Cam Thomas the ball? He was like, man, I don't know. Cam Thomas is tough. And then he was talking about Cam Thomas' game. So, I look at it like he's still on the team. Mikal Bridges like him. Even if he didn't get along with the coach, if Mikal Bridges want him on the team, I think Cam Thomas will stay. I think Cam Thomas is going to get minutes this season based off of what I've seen in this interview. You know what I mean?
That don't mean nothing though, bro. That's not up to him though. It's up to the coach.
Bro, what you mean that don't mean nothing? DeAndre Jordan got 40 fucking. Like, you see,
that's wait, hold up.
Nah, man, you getting mad,
Breeze, you know why that happened. That's because Kevin Durant influenced that. Come on, the same way Kevin Durant. No. The same way. Look at what Kevin Durant is doing.
Starting spot.
Like, look what Kevin Durant is doing in Phoenix, bro. Somehow Bobo got cut from the Orlando Magic, and now he over there because of who? Kevin Durant, bro.
Yeah.
Come on, bro. Everybody know that. But Bradley Beal, Kevin Durant.
Yeah, look
Kevin
at
Durant
that.
influenced all that.
He got a
shit.
celebration.
No, I wouldn't say all
that. Look. Hold on. But look at that. Brooklyn Nets. He wasn't doing this shit in Phoenix for real. Now I'm saying that 3-pointer, he got it all the way lit over here.
Whoa, what are you talking about? Who's doing that in Phoenix? What are you talking about? That 3-point thing? That 3 thing what he did? It came from Phoenix, bro.
Yeah, 100 was like
he was.
But it wasn't popular like Brooklyn did it. Brooklyn, he ain't do it like he did it in Brooklyn, though, baby.
Come on,
because he wasn't dropping 26 in Phoenix, bro. That's why.
That's how I know he wasn't watching when he was in Phoenix.
Bro, nah, man. I
McCall's
wasn't.
nice,
Well, I was
bro.
looking at him like we got to play defense on him. Why he's scoring so many points? That's what I was looking at it, and then I could see when he say that KD he got the you know what I'm saying, his favorite player. I'm like, oh, all right, so that makes sense. You know what I mean? And then he was talking about being efficient. He was even talking about being a 30-point scorer, and he was talking about what I'm saying. What about triple doubles? He said the
Yep,
best I did was the
yep,
29 and 9.
yep,
Yeah.
yep,
So
yep.
that being said,
Yickety,
Cam Thomas gonna get the
yickety,
ball, man.
god damn, yeah, man. I'm ready for this damn shit to start, bro. Cause I'm getting real restless over there, bro. Like whether Ben Simmons is playing or not, long as I know who the ball better not be in the hands of when this damn season starts. That's what I
Sensitivity,
know
right?
now.
He talk about Ben Simmons. I'm about to skip to that
Mm.
part.
And,
Man, no, I want to see that.
He asked him straight up. Look at him.
yeah,
He chilling, comfortable. You know what I'm saying? Look, they
Bro,
all
he has to
laughing.
say
They
that,
know
bro.
we about to have the Brooklyn Nets about to have a good season.
Bro, he has to do that because Sean Marks paid him off.
Stop. Look how comfortable he is. That's not a guy that's lying. That's a guy that's telling the truth.
Bro, he has to,
that's
bro.
a
He's
guy
not
that
gonna talk,
but no,
bro.
no,
He's
no,
not
no,
gonna
no.
talk bad about
Here's
his teammate. He's not
Breeze,
gonna talk bad
breeze.
about his
There's
teammate.
no breeze. We just talked about it. This is the difference between optimism and realism, bro. Like there's a thin line being drawn here. He understands, bro. Like he this is what he wants to do, but he don't know how to do it. Everybody
Yeah,
want to win, but don't know how to win. That's the problem, bro. Everybody want to be a good teammate, but don't know how to be a good teammate.
bro. He's not gonna go
They
in.
just
But hold
they
on, you
saying
gotta give. Hold on though, Leaf. You can't give him credit from being a role player to being the number one option. Like, I mean, that's kind of crazy.
no. It's not about giving him credit for that. It's about you earning credit for that, respectively, bro. Like, listen, if you being thrusted into that role, that means you got to do twice as much homework. You don't just learn this shit on like you learning it on the fly. But the way you have an advantage over your opposition is that you gotta know shit that they don't know. You gotta know shit 10 plays, 5, 10 plays before they know it. You gotta like,
All right,
and
so
then
let
once you
me
get
ask
that
you this.
success
Let me
sucking
ask you
in,
this. The Nets fan and Nets fan. Do
yeah.
you think we're gonna be a stronger team because the media? We know how to shake the media with these players. It ain't gonna be none of that. It's just gonna be more hoops than media.
Bro, the
Yeah,
media's not always gonna be there because of
it's
Ben
gonna be
Simmons.
way more hoops than
More
media,
hooping.
bro.
It's gonna be more hooping than media.
It's gonna
Like,
be way more hoops than media. One, because we don't have the dark cloud of the name value talent
But
like we
Ben
had with
Simmons
Kevin
gonna
Durant.
be. They're gonna be talking about Ben Simmons all season. I'm telling you, the media.
Listen, the media. Listen, I think, and this is part. You know what? And you know what, Barry? Since you said that, I think they are gonna be talking about that somewhat of the season. However, I think the important part about Ben Simmons not being around is that they don't get to talk about him. You know what I'm saying? So the Nets could just fly under the radar
Yeah,
and just be one of those teams that's just up and coming and taking the baby steps. But I don't think we could take the even all halfway steps without Ben Simmons. That's just me personally, but I'm banking
yeah.
on Ben Simmons. I was banking on Ben Simmons not playing when the season ended because I didn't give a shit whether he wanted to play or not. Like if we going in full rebuild mode, let's go in full rebuild mode because we got a head start. It ain't like we had to start all the way from the bottom when we look when after the KG and Paul Pierce years when we had damn Chase Buttigieg.
Yeah.
this
You
is
know what
what
I'm
I'm
saying? So
saying. I'm
so
telling you, every time I do these streams, everybody keeps talking about Ben Simmons. Like, yo, I need to put him in a starting five or some shit. Like,
look.
I'm like, hold up. Like, is it real? Like, he really about to start the
I
Brooklyn
listen.
Nets?
Look,
Like, I think he that healthy.
I put it to you this way: if Ben Simmons is that healthy, then that whole DFS coming off the bench thing, bro, is probably closer to being true than anything. However, the thing with Ben Simmons is, bro, like if you put Ben Simmons at the 4, you asking him to play a little bit more defense and do a little bit more this and that, and then you're gonna have Cam Johnson, and you're gonna have Mikal, and then you're probably gonna have maybe Cam Thomas, man, to run. Who knows?
Yo,
I don't know how.
hold on. Yo, Leaf, I always like hearing your opinion about this part where how he reacts when they say he got the keys to the city. Like, this shit is so funny to me. Like, hold on.
Cause you the big dogs now.
His setups, I should have warned you. His setups.
Keys to the city. I'm like, here he go.
You got the key to the
There
team
you go,
now.
man.
I want to know how your mind shift right there, man. Like how your mind, like how you get your mental mind, man.
Man, it's trying to win, bro. That's the thing. You know, you have 30 all you want, but you know that you lose, but that's just like an empty stat. Like people don't really talk about it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like that's like my mindset coming from college and always winning and all, like just being how I was raised and all that. Like that's what I feel. Like I want to come out and have 30 and lose. Like nobody gonna talk about it. Have 40 and lose. Like no, like if you have 40 and you win, that shit is gonna be talked about for fucking 2 weeks. You know what I'm saying? If you have 40 and you lose,
I like
somebody, oh damn. Kel at 40? Oh, nice. And then just go on to the next thing. So I think just trying to win and do whatever it takes, and then just kind of how the offense was.
I know.
And just I feel like I can get to my spot every single time. It's like, well, I work on it. I feel like I can make it every time. Like, well, not sure.
I know what he did.
So you don't mind having the key to the team?
I did.
Yeah, if you want to go like that, not at all. Like I like it. Just keep trying to get better, man. This is something.
What he did. I'm gonna wait for
still Phoenix at the time when I was thinking this, because book and all that's still there. I was thinking like, you know, I could progressively get there in a couple years, you know, be that guy. But no, it happened pretty fast. But no, I'm definitely ready, man. Just keep getting better and try to do everything besides just score.
All right, go ahead, Leaf, man. Talk your shit, bro.
Bro, if you didn't notice, bro, when he was still going over the whole, if you get 40 and win, yo, they talking about you for 2 weeks. If you get 40 and lose, bro, like they don't care about it, bro. Like they ain't worried about that.
Yeah,
bro. You don't think that was a shot at Cam Thomas?
Oh, you want to take it there?
No. I'm asking you, bro.
That could be true.
Yeah,
bro. It's me. You don't think that was a shot at Cam Thomas?
Okay.
Come on, bro.
Listen,
I see bro. I know how subliminals work, bro. Like I know underlines, bro.
All right. So what I will say to what you said, Paul George liked Cam Thomas, and he wanted a straight answer out of Mikal Bridges. I'm gonna be honest. That's how I look at it. And Mikal Bridges, is that a sub? Maybe, because they putting the pressure on him about the keys to the city. And why you basically got the keys to the city when Cam Thomas was getting 40 balls before you got there, pause. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So I think
key to the city is crazy.
That is a sub towards him. But at the end of the day, they can't ignore the pacer game where all of the starters sat out because they needed rest. And Cam Thomas played his best. He ain't leave no stress.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We was winning. We won that game. He had 33.
But please, hold up. Keep it 5, bro. You do not think that was an underlying backdoor statement?
I mean, because you said that, yeah, but I didn't look at it when I first heard it. You know what I'm saying?
Because I knew exactly what it was, and I had because he said 40. Because I realized he said 40 more than once. He went from 30, and then he said 40, and then he said 40 again. I was like, oh, I know what you're doing, nigga. You ain't slick. I know what you're doing. I know what you're doing. I mean, listen. Look, I'm not mad at him because that's the thing. But I don't like. He gotta realize, bro. Like, here's the thing with Mikal. Gotta realize.
To ask you.
I'm just glad they put him on the spot about Cam Thomas. Somebody got put on the spot about Cam Thomas in there. I mean,
go ahead, Dre.
Well, if you think it's a shot, like, why would he be taking a shot at Cam Thomas? Like,
because we gotta remember, bro. Like them 40-point games. One of those came while the Mikal was still on the Phoenix Suns.
Right.
So
he dropped, this is why Paul George is so funny, bro. Yo, I know you asking Leaf, but there's a part in it, right? And Paul George, what I'm saying is Paul George is stirring the pot this whole interview about Cam Thomas and Mikal Bridges. Yeah, like he's stirring the pot. So Leaf, there is some truth to what Leaf is saying. Andre B, go ahead, Leaf. Don't talk shit.
Yeah. So if you go back to one of them 40-point games, he dropped 40 while Mikal was still on the court with the Phoenix Suns. While he was in that building, that was part of one out of the 4 games that year when he dropped 40, when he put up 40. And we listen, we understand. But here's the thing: we underlining the shot. Even when poor George asked him what was going on with Mikal, how is he so upbeat about Ben Simmons, who ain't even touched the court since he been there? But you don't know what's going on with Cam Thomas.
Mm.
Can you explain that to me?
All
Riddle
right,
me
no,
that.
no, no. You might be on to something, man. Go ahead. Like I'm not. Listen,
Like that, nah,
I'm a
because
fan of Cam Thomas, but yeah, I'm listening. I'm listening to what you're
here's the
saying.
thing, bro. Like the players got in their mind who they want to play with and who they don't want to play with, bro. But the bottom line about him and Cam Thomas, they don't play. They don't fit. They styles don't mesh. See, when Ben Simmons came up, when
Nah,
Ben
it
Simmons'
do.
name came up, you notice how Mikal eyes lit up when he first thought that he was going to Philly. He was like, "Yo, this is easy buckets. Oh man, yo, I could live off this, yo, because he
Mm-hmm.
know Ben Simmons is gonna feed on the ball."
Mm-hmm.
Cam Thomas ain't that type of player. Cam Thomas is going to take shots away from him. This is why Cam Thomas in a lineup with Mikal Bridges does not work. This is why I kept saying
I
that.
think it can work. That's where I disagree at because
No,
I think it can work.
no,
All right,
because
so hold
it's
on.
not going to work.
Let me say why. Let me say why. Because one of the knocks on Cam Thomas that first season was he wasn't a volume shooter. He's not going to get a bunch of shots with KD and Kyrie on the roster.
Right.
Now, in my opinion, you're not supposed to have Mikal Bridges take as many shots as a Kyrie Irving. I don't think that he should just have that offensive obligation to take that many shots, especially that many
As
three
the
pointers.
best player on the team,
Bro, again, what I'm saying is our offense ain't built that way. Feel me? It's for them to be a duo. That's why we signed Twin in the first place.
right?
You know
Okay,
what
all
I'm
right.
saying?
So
They gotta be like a
where does
tandem or
so
something.
okay so
Terrific tandem.
according to everything that you heard from Mikal, because you heard this interview or whatever, you said Mikal and Twin is going to fit in that equation. Where does Cam Thomas fit in that equation for you?
He could run the pick and roll with Clax or
He can run
DFS.
he can run the pick
Bro,
and roll with Clax or DFS, and
bro,
Yeah,
then
and he
Cam
can
has
run the pick and roll. He can run the pick and roll. You can't double Mikal Bridges with Cam Thomas on the floor, and that goes for any player that's on the roster. So that being said, if Cam Thomas is on the floor, and this is where I was seeing him put in wreck with Kevin Durant, is when Cam Thomas was on the floor with him. And trust me, man, they close, man. They went to the same high school, but that's neither here nor there. And when they come down to Cam Thomas, I seen him double Kevin Durant, and Cam Thomas hit a game winner. I forget on the Spurs. Yeah, he hit it
mhm,
on the Spurs. So case in point
right.
is you can't double KD or any player when you got Cam Thomas on the floor. So
When
that's
you got
his
Cam
value.
Thomas on the floor,
That's his value next to
yeah,
Mikal
yeah, yeah.
Bridges.
Okay,
So I
all
don't
right.
bro,
really
I don't
think he
think
don't fit next to Mikal Bridges, bro. It
I
works.
think the
It works,
game
bro.
plan. I think the game plan is to not to double anybody else, but to double Cam Thomas and turn him into a playmaker. That would be my game plan if I'm facing Cam Thomas, bro. Like yo, he ain't showing me that he could make plays, bro, out of double teams yet, or out of traps and out of these situations, bro. Let's turn him into
Mhm.
a playmaker. That's my game plan. So
Yeah, no,
you basically just exposed one of the things, bro. Like we don't know or we don't think or we not even 100% sure or not even 50% sure that Cam Thomas is good at, because we know he's a good scorer. What we don't know is what plays can he make for others out of double teams and when the pressure get tough and
yeah,
when those
he don't make
those
other
one on
people
one plays ain't there.
he don't
I
make,
mean, go ahead, Barry. You gonna say some salty shit? Go ahead.
no. I said he don't make other players better around him.
Stop it. I seen him next to Dayron Sharp getting busy.
Oh,
I
stop
see him,
it.
bro. I look when the numbers when you watch the games, when you watch the stats, and funny, I
So
got
you
him
trying to
pulled up
say
right
Cam
here.
is a point guard?
Oh,
You trying to say
listen,
he's a point guard? Come on, stop it.
bro. I'm not saying that. I'm saying when you the eye test, when you watch the games and you see the numbers when Dayron Sharp and Cam Thomas was on the floor at the same time, they put
What
up
I'm
good numbers,
saying
bro.
is,
They play good
what I'm
basketball.
trying to ask is, my question is, how else does Cam Thomas affect the game other than scoring?
I think he's a decent rebounder, defensive rebounder.
Come on, nah. See, not. Come on, Breezy.
All
Yeah.
right, so let me tell you the minutes that he got, and I'm not even going to mention his points. I'll just mention his rebounds. Right, he got and I'll just mention the games. The minutes make sense to mention. He got 31 minutes in that game. He had total rebounds. He had 4, but he had 6 assists. If that matters to you, so I just threw that in there because it's hard to see him have 6 assists, right? So okay, and that was a win, by the way, and that was versus Washington. Y'all be saying he don't be hooping, man. He be hooping, man. I don't like this narrative around.
It's not about him
Y'all said
not
what else
hooping.
he do? He had four boards and 6 assists. That's
It's not about him not hooping. Like when we talk about Mikal, bro, we talking about Mikal ascending as a scorer on our team. One of the things that we know about him is we know he could defend. We know he could play lockdown defense at his finest. We seen him do it over there in
That's
Phoenix.
reputation. I seen him get cooked by Atlanta when the last shot of the game. He ain't
Okay,
do that on
fine.
Brooklyn yet. Stop it.
Fair enough. Fine. Here's my thing. In terms of impact on winning, Cam Thomas has given you a sample size of 4 40-point games and only won one of them.
So that's on him. Because the defense decide to clamp up and make somebody else score the ball, and they don't score the ball. He scored 40 points. Why he gotta?
This
Listen.
is
Hold
what I'm
on.
getting back to. This goes back to what is going to happen when he has the ball in his hands and they forcing him to make plays, and then he can't make them.
Right, but what I'm saying is the sample size now. Okay, so again, just looking at his minutes, 31 minutes, double digits, and you saying what else? Don't mention the points. Just what else he did. And he had 4 boards and 4 assists. That the game he got 28 minutes, 29 minutes. He had, I ain't gonna lie, but he had 1 board. But he had what? Hold up, he had two steals and 2 assists. You feel what I'm saying? So I mean, this is without the points. It's funny looking at these.
Bro, two assists. Come on, bro.
Bro, nah, I'm not. I'm just
2
mentioning what
assists
it
in
is.
29 minutes.
If it's a lot of assists, I'm gonna mention it. If it's a little bit of assists, I'm gonna
2
mention. I'm not
assists in
saying it's good. I'm
29 minutes.
just reading the stats. Bro, we
Bro,
beat
he's not an all-around player though.
Nah, we never said he was an all-around player, but that's what player development is for. You're not trying
We,
to build every player to be an all-around player. I
we like
guess
my
I think
but
that's the
his,
problem now. Like they trying to make every player be every type of player. Nah, you ain't gonna get that. Sometimes you get the big fundamentals where he's gonna play the power forward or the
I'm
center.
not gonna
That's it.
lie to
He's
you,
gonna be a
bro.
point
Like,
guard, small
look,
And he
forward.
don't play defense either.
the direction I see him going, bro, is a sort of a Vinny Johnson on the Pistons, bro. Like, I don't really see him. I don't really see him as somebody that's gonna like affect outcomes of the game unless he's
He got
heating up.
2 game winners as a rookie. Why are we doing this, man?
2 game winners as a rookie, bro. Like
Well, name another player that did it.
you giving me
Bro,
more. You giving me more small sample sizes, bro. Like
Bro,
that's just
he
like
wasn't the guy, the go-to guy. And those times that he hit those game winners, well, one of them
let's
he
get
was
to
the go-to guy versus the Knicks, and another
let's get to
one
the bottom line.
KD got doubled and he
The
scored
bottom
the
line,
most. Like,
the
what
bottom
you
line
like?
of
What
this
you mean?
interview, the bottom line of this interview, bro. And I ain't even listened to the whole thing. I outlined it. I outlined this shit in basically 2 minutes. That
You obviously
Mikal
were.
Bridges. I outlined this shit in basically the last 3 minutes. That Mikal Bridges is looking at Cam Thomas's game and looking like, yo, I don't need to be out on the court with him. I need to be out on the court with Ben Simmons. This is why he said the things that he said about Ben Simmons, and this is why he said the things that he said about Cam Thomas, and that includes the whole 40-point subliminal shit that he tried to throw that I picked up on and nobody else did.
Nah, but you said that, but this is what I noticed. With that being said, you were right. I'm not taking nothing away from what Leaf said, but also what I am saying about what he also said is that he was honest about Cam Thomas when he played him versus Phoenix. When Paul George asked him, "Yo, he dropped a 40 ball," he said, "Yeah, he did it to us on Phoenix." You know what I'm saying? And that being said, right then and there, he was kind of going back and forth with him to see, you know what I mean, how he feeling him out about Cam Thomas. And he was basically saying like, yo, when I seen him making the shots, see, I thought whatever, like he didn't think much of him until he got to the Brooklyn Nets and seen his work ethic. So again, he might have thrown them subs because of but he respect Cam Thomas work ethic, and that's more important than being liked because it's respected, respectfully. I'm telling you, they might be teammates. They might not be best friends. Mikal Bridges don't need a best friend in Cam Thomas.
And
He got Cam Johnson for that.
Barry, you seeing this,
He
bro?
probably will be
Notice,
one of his best teammates.
Barry, you seeing this, bro? Notice how his face lit up with Ben Simmons, and then he got all types of serious, bro, talking about Cam Thomas.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
All right, I just want to make sure we saying the same thing, bro. I'm not crazy, bro. I know when players, I know when players, bro, like, cause players they get in their mind, bro. But because, like, here's the thing: when you come to a team and then you automatically lead the best player on that team by putting up the games that you putting up with, by putting up, and then y'all having some success, then you start to believe it. He even said it in this interview. He's like, "Oh, I'm him." Damn, I'm like, all right, I am him. All right, and that's gonna evolve around in your head. Now you thinking to
Yeah.
yourself, oh, okay, what players do I want to have around me? Ben Simmons, okay, cool. DFS, all right, he cool, he rebound. Yeah. Clax, he block shots, he rebound on everything. Oh, Cam Thomas, yeah. I mean, he's
He
shooting, man.
tough.
But I mean, listen, I gotta get that. I gotta get that
He
shot.
tough.
Yeah, he can't be getting more shots than me, man. I
He
mean, but
him.
obviously, yeah. But I mean, listen, even if he's saying he him in his mind, bro, he's like, this is you know what this is, bro? This is basically a nigga that's basically checking out playing styles
All
and
right, so
seeing what type of team that's gonna be
hold on.
built around him.
Leaf, let me ask you something because now we get into the nitty gritty. But when it comes down to Cam Thomas, how many points you expect him to score next season?
Depends on how many minutes you getting.
All right. So what about Cam Johnson? How many points you expect from him?
Cam Johnson's gonna go up, bro. We playing him 4 years, 100. He gonna get started minutes.
So he get like 18 points.
He probably gonna get
18 points.
something closer to 19 points a game.
19 points a game. Okay.
Yeah.
I got Mikal Bridges scoring about 25 to 30 points a game.
25. Yeah, I say 25.
I say 25.
25 plus is legitimate.
So what I'm saying is with that's less than 50 points. Where other points coming from? Claxton, DFS, Spencer.
I think the other
Thomas.
well here's the thing. I think we're gonna have a lot of, like, we seem like a team that's gonna have a lot of 10-point scorers. More so than anything, bro. Like, at least to start the season, especially once we go on hot, depending on what type of winning streaks we go on. If we going on winning streaks where we gonna have, like, we gonna be one of them teams that have like a good 25 plus assists, average out about a team, and then we gonna have like a lot of 10-point scorers, a lot of guys that chip in for like 12
said
something like that.
we should just call him 10 Witty. Know what I mean? Because 10 Witty. Know what I'm saying? He get 10 assists a game. Know what I mean? 10 Witty, 10 Witty. Know what I mean?
I don't know if that's gonna go to hit him.
Right now, that's might be a him Witty. Nah, I don't know. Yeah. Nah,
but I do see us as a team. If we go on winning streaks, like, for real, we looking at 25 plus assists a game. Something close to 30.
25. That's a better part of the NBA. You know,
that's the better. Yeah, that is the better part of the
15
NBA.
through 30.
Defense is self-explanatory. I'm not gonna give you no numbers for that.
Yeah, be top 5, top 10, especially with that no flopping. Hold on, LM. He disagreed. He said LM. He said I disagree. I think it's just because he was excited to play with Ben at Philly, and just excited that he's on the team. I feel he rock with Cam. Shout out to LM.
LM.
Shout
I
out to
appreciate it. Shout out to LM, but you not paying attention clearly.
Nah, listen. But again, what about what I said though about liking and respecting? You might not like him like his favorite guy, but he respects his game and his work ethic.
Here's the thing: when you're a young
Shout
player,
to Lake Damon. What up, Lake?
When you're a young player like Mikal and you handed the quote unquote keys to a franchise and being a go-to player, like, now you start to get into your head. You start to, here's the way you start to get into your head. You start thinking about players that you could play with and players that fit you, and it's gonna make you excel much easier. You'd be like, oh, yo, I could play with Ben Simmons off a give and go. Oh yeah, yo, he gonna give me the ill bounce passes. Just that, like this is what he fantasizing about when they asked him a question. When PG
But what
asked him
I'm
a question
saying is,
about
you
Ben
can't.
Simmons.
All right, so let me ask you this: you on the this is how I look at it, bro. If you on the floor with Cam Thomas and you got Cam Thomas, I mean, Mikal Bridges got the ball. He got Cam Johnson on the post, on the wing, and like in the corner, waiting for the three ball or waiting for the midi. You know what I'm saying? He could work in that space through the midi or the three. Right, step back. He just nice like that. Right. You
Mm-hmm.
got Mikal Bridges by the elbow. You got Cam Thomas by like the top of the key, by the top of the three, and you know what I'm saying. You got Nick Claxton by the paint. You know what I mean? That's four. Hold on, see, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you got you know what I mean. I guess I don't know Spencer or whatever on the next elbow. So I'm saying that to say if you put Cam Thomas next to Mikal Bridges, and Cam Johnson is not going to help Mikal Bridges beat a double, but Cam Thomas will because Cam Thomas will be in the middle. You're not going to have Cam Johnson in the middle like in the point guard position. You're just not going to have him there. You're going to have him on the wing or you're going to have him like over there in that space. So case in point, this is why Cam Thomas fits in the equation. You know what I'm saying?
How you know he gonna get minutes though?
No, I'm saying he should get minutes. Why they got him on the
He
team?
should. He should get minutes.
Everybody
Yeah,
get
yeah, but
like.
yeah,
I
but
mean,
like
this is one thing that for one season, okay, you're a rookie, you don't get no minutes. Second season, we already upset he not getting minutes, and trust me, it been real quiet about him and trade talk. So if they're not going to trade him, they would have traded him if they was going to trade him. Why not
I
make
mean, it's still
McCallum?
early
Listen,
though.
but not
hold
here.
on. I
Well,
just want to say
here's
this. I want to say this last thing because this is where me and Leaf disagree. On the Suns, he was a small forward. And I want him to stay a small forward. I don't need him to be the two. I want him to be the three for that very reason. He was good at what he did. I don't want him to change.
here's the issue. The common denominator is Ben Simmons. That's the common denominator. The reason why is because we don't know whether he's gonna run him at the starting four or the starting one. But the bottom line is that's the common denominator. That's one. Number two, with the way Mikal is thinking,
Hell, I'm cooking.
the way Mikal is thinking, bro. Mikal is thinking, yo, these is my shots now. Oh, I get to take as many shots as the KDs used to take and the Kyries used to take. Oh, boom. He's not thinking Cam Thomas in an equation because he knew Cam Thomas needed a lot of shots to get 40 in the first place. That's
Oh
two.
no, you're not gonna give it to me like that. I'm about to go
Hey,
look at
yo,
that stat. But hold on, let me read LM comment. He said, I feel like Cam in the lineup, if we don't get Hero, helps Mikal and Cam Johnson now with the scoring low. Mikal talked about getting his teammates more involved. Cam could be a recipient of that.
What the hell
Nice.
is LM? What the hell is our bench gonna look like if Cam Thomas is starting?
Lonnie Walker.
Yeah, y'all
That's a
about to have
good backup. You ain't know I was gonna say that.
y'all niggas about to have us in lottery, bro. I ain't gonna hold you. Y'all niggas about to have us in lottery, bro. I'm telling you right now, bro. Like this is
Hold on. Ella back with another one. He said, Cam being surrounded by 3-and-D wings that can help him out and pick up when needed. Can help
bro.
out plenty. Y'all be
This
feeling
is
like Cam guarding the whole team. Laughing emoji. No one gonna leave Thomas isolated. Facts.
bro.
You got Mikal Bridges and Nick Claxton and Royce O'Neal. Like,
Bro.
and Spencer Dinwiddie.
bro, you gotta,
Come on, man. Yeah, think Cam Thomas got to
Here's
guard
the
the
here's the
toughest
problem. Here's the
defensive
problem with
player.
that,
He
bro.
don't.
Here's the problem with Cam Thomas on the court and
Shout out to
starting minutes
Andre
and crunch time,
B.
bro.
Shout out to you, Brody.
And yeah, shout out to everybody. But here's the problem with that. The problem is y'all expecting us to help on when Cam Thomas actually does get put on the island and switch and whatever. And that's what got us killed against the goddamn Sixers. We lost to them
Mm-hmm.
niggas 6 times by switching. That's why we lost to them, bro. We lost to them niggas 6 straight times in the last 28 games by switching. That's
Switch
how
when
we
he
lost
had
to
a
them, bro.
place for, they went out and got players just for that. And then, not to mention Jalen Wilson, man. Yo, Jalen Wilson is going to be a good addition to this team, man.
bro, he's not gonna get minutes though.
Jalen Wilson, nah, he
Jalen
definitely
Wilson
going to get minutes.
probably gonna get some minutes. I ain't
Nah,
gonna
he going
lie
to
to
get
you.
some minutes.
He gonna
Chill
get some
out,
minutes.
P.
Bro, he's gonna be in the G League first though. He's not gonna
Chill
just
out.
come. He's just not
All right,
gonna come on.
Hold on. Let me talk to Leaf real
Hold
quick
on,
because
hold on a
he's
second.
yeah, you would be busy right now. Cam Thomas was 16 for 23 when he got 44. He was 15 for 29 when he got 43. Let me slow it down. 16 for 23 is shooting 69%, shy of 70% from the field. I'm not even talking about no free throws. He was 4 for 5 from the three. Shit, what we talking about, man?
Bro, that's the only thing he can do though.
Bro,
Since,
it's
since, since
He don't make
well,
other players better, bro, and
yeah,
he
but
don't
but
play
hold on,
Breezy,
defense.
no, bro.
Breezy,
Listen.
Breezy, you
Hold
giving me
on,
more
Lee.
sample sizes, bro. Like these is
Listen,
4
but
games.
no. You said he took a lot of shots, but that being said, his percentage was very high. He had 43, and he was 11 for 23. So when he's hot, he's hot. As a coach, you got to know when to go to him. Now, I said all I had to say in that 11 and 23 game, 11 for 23 game where he scored 43, right? He was 3 for 9 behind a three. And when he scored 40 those other games, he was 7 for 11 for three and he was 4 for 5. And that's because of Jacques Vaughn. Again, a lot of his game is from the mid range. You know,
Right.
the big reason why he scored these points is because those are mid range points. Those weren't just three balls post. But, I'm just saying that's his
Like
game.
now you
I like
doing
the
the
mix
three
of
you
Mikal Bridges,
doing
man.
you
Do.
doing the 3 for 9 from three and then 7 for 11. Let's remind you, bro. The only person that's taken it's only maybe 3 people in the league that's allowed to take that's allowed to take 8+ threes a game or 9+ threes a game. That's probably Steph, Dame, what whatchamacallit from Dallas, bro. Like and a couple of other players that maybe Trey Young. It's probably a small handful of players that's allowed to take that, bro. Now, be it the fact that we still harping off this sample size of them high scoring games that he had, the 40 point games, the 30 something point game that he had on Indiana. Listen, I get what everybody is saying. Here's the problem. The
No,
problem
but hold
is
on, you moving the goalpost now? Because
no
all
no
I
no no
said
no
was,
no no
hold
no.
on,
I'm
let
gonna
me
get to
say
my
this,
point.
Lee.
I'm gonna get to my
Hold
point.
on, hold
Hold
on.
on.
And I got you. I want to hear your point. I just want to say, I looked to see how many shots he took, the attempts, and he was over 50% in 2 out of 3 of those games, bro. He wasn't the problem. He wasn't just getting 40 points because he was chucking up a lot of shots. But I want to hear what you was gonna say.
But here's my thing. This is another question. And I want to get to this question, and I want to ask this question just to start. Is he going to be able to affect the game with less than 20 to 15 shots? Is
Yes,
yeah,
yes.
you really believe so?
Yes. I'm gonna read you stats to prove my point, but I want to read LM's comment first. He says, "I feel that, but Cam." He said, "I feel that," like agreeing with you. He said, "I feel that, but Cam is only 21 years old. We talking about defensive liability, and we have people like Trey Young and Donovan Mitchell starting who are not defensive juggernauts. That's a fact. Let
Bro, but
Cam
he's
grow in
bro,
IQ
bro,
further."
bro, 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 bro.
Cam, hold up,
So he's
Cam is
not
not
Trey
on their
Young.
level.
That's what I'm saying. Thank you.
Oh man, they get way
Cam is
more
not
minutes
on
than
their
Cam
level.
Thomas, man. They get way more minutes than Cam Thomas.
But no,
And
even if Cam was getting the minutes that they were getting, he is not on their level.
Fact.
I don't. It's hard for me to say that.
That was
It's
a
That's
hard
bad
for me
easy
to
take.
for
Right?
me
say
to
that.
say. He's not on
That was a
their
bad
level.
take, bro. That was a bad take.
Yeah. Listen. And the reason why y'all would say that, all right, let me tell you why I say what I say, because my opinion is unpopular. Shout out unpopular opinion. Because Cam Thomas got to the NBA because of scoring. Now, as far as running the pick and roll, I give it to you. I see Trey Young run the pick and roll. That is nice. You know what I mean? He's nice with it. And Cam Thomas is more of an ISO scorer more than and I get in the fact that the NBA is heavy with winning, with running offices through the pick and roll. I'll give it to Trey because of that. But because of that, if Cam Thomas could get that pick and roll, that pick and pop, that what I'm saying, pick and slip when Nick Clark says it's gonna be some. I'm telling you,
Bro,
You know what he need to
listen,
work on?
bro.
that's
You
the
know,
advantage
If you
that
want
nah,
that
nah,
to
nah,
Minnesota
happen,
can
nah,
just
talk about
nah,
have
no,
over him, bro.
no lie. You know what the best thing for him to work on is figuring out how to score off ball. That's the best thing for him to work on. Like scoring the second that catch and shoot, giving goals, dribble handoff, one dribble shot, bro. Like he needs to work more on that because we know his ISO game is real. That's part of the problem. His ISO is gonna make everybody stagnant. That's the problem, bro. Like when we standing around watching somebody go to work with a bag that he got, and he does have a bag, tremendous one as well. I admit that. The problem is you watching dudes, and while you standing around. It's the same thing the Memphis Grizzlies do when John Moran is on the court. They can't help but just stand around and be at all this nigga, bro, because he's so quick and he's so dynamic as an ISO scorer. That's the thing.
Mm.
The same thing with Kyrie. You watching him 90% of the time. All other players on the court is watching him as he's going 1-on-1. The defense, if they not focused, bro, then that matchup that they got on him is getting
I
murked.
put that on the coach, though. I put that on the coach. Don't always put him in ISO situations. Make Cam Thomas run pick and rolls. Make
Well,
him
man,
do
make Cam Thomas play off the
draw some.
ball as well. That's the
Draw
best thing.
some.
The best thing he could do is figure out how to play off the ball and figure out how to
X's
play
and
the ball
O's, man.
effectively.
If listen, if I feel all what you're saying, but I don't think it's about him being only instrumental to the Brooklyn Nets. If he getting the ball first, like make him run a play. You know what I'm saying? Respectfully, and I think the coach should have the loudest voice in the locker room. Even though
I think
Mikal Bridges,
like
like they
real,
saying, like Lila, hold on. Even though they saying that Mikal Bridges is going to get the keys to the city, I still feel like Jacques Vaughn should be the loudest voice in that room. You know what I'm
I mean,
saying?
yeah, yeah,
In
yeah.
that huddle.
Listen, I'm with that, and I'm with anybody else that is want to have a voice on the court as well. Listen, I potential defensive anchors, and our potential guys that's gonna keep everybody involved, whether it be Ben Simmons as a playmaker, or whether it be Nick Claxton as a defensive anchor, and making sure everybody need to be where they're gonna be and box out and do this and follow the go to moves, and you watching this, whether it's Royce O'Neal on the bench, right, lifting guys up, that aspect I'm understanding that. However, my thing with the Cam Thomas situation is, bro, like in terms of him being better for a starting lineup. Now, to mention the starting lineup stuff, good, because he's going from seeing Monte Morris in Washington, and don't get me wrong, the PGs and the Kawhis, like by the time All-Star break come around,
Mm-hmm.
when they barely getting their stride back, and then Mikal, even when he was still on Phoenix, they're going to seeing a healthy, fresh out of the a playoff loss and coming into the next season, Milwaukee Bucks with
All
Drew
right,
Holiday, and
man.
what happened to them, or a Boston Celtics, or what happened to them, or a Sixers team that beat us 6 times straight in the last 28 games, and what happened to
Mm-hmm.
them. You get what I'm
Yeah,
saying? So
it's funny you say that because a lot of those what happened to them games, Cam Thomas had DNPs, but that's neither here nor there. I want to answer your first question. You said, is he impactful shooting less than 20 times a game or something? Was it 15 or 10? What'd
15,
you say?
10, like you could think of any number you want,
Look right
like
here. This look. It was a win versus Washington, 6 for 13. Then right here, he was 5 for 8. Well, okay, 6 for 13. More specifically, he had 17 points, and he was 3 for 3 for the free throw. So he made mostly field goals, and he had 4 assists. And no, I'm sorry, he had 6 assists and 4 boards. So okay, so that's he not taking all of the shots. He's not taking shots from Mikal Bridges, only shooting 13 times. You still got Mikal Bridges instrumental in the offense with him shooting 11 times. He got 11 attempts and he got 21 points, 10 from 11 from the free throw line, right? So okay, 5 for 13. He was 7 for 9 for the field. I mean, from free throws, he had 19 points. He was 2 for 4 behind the arc that game. So again, to say that he wouldn't fit next to Mikal Bridges, I got a little pushback there because he would. He doesn't need to impact scoring by taking the most attempts. You feel me? So
well, yeah, I understand that, but here's the thing, that like we got a defensive coach. Offensively, bro, like everything that we running is basically
you need
self-explanatory.
playmakers when you're a defensive style
Yeah,
coach.
yeah, yeah, we do. But and that's and this is which is why the common denominator is still Ben Simmons. However, if we add him to that, if we add whatchamacallit to that lineup, basically Ben Simmons is going, like, in order for us to win and win crazy at a crazy rate, Ben Simmons is basically going to have to average 15 assists, basically.
Nah,
And I
Spencer, I give Spencer more credit than that. Spencer gets you 5 to 7. They get you 5 to 7. They get you 7 assists.
Ben Simmons
maybe
is going
8.
to have to average at least like I say, 11 to 15
Ben
assists.
Simmons gotta be able to jump.
In
He
order,
gotta be able to jump so he could hit the
in order
midi
for
to
what
be
you
a
saying,
threat.
in order for what you saying, and for what you're playing for Cam Thomas in the starting lineup to work, we have to average at least 28 assists, at 28 plus assists as a team.
Bro, that ain't an issue. Hold on. LM said, I definitely agree Cam needs to work on playmaking and off ball for sure. I think Cam can benefit off the team IQ and learn from our defensive players like Mikal, Ben, DFS, etc. But he needs to play. Not and that being said, that is a good way to learn. Just having defensive players, defensive minded players, like the reason why they're in the NBA is because of their defense. So having Cam around these kind of players are good for Cam. So shout out to LM, man. He been, you know what I'm saying? He been talking that talk tonight, man. Shout out to you, Brody.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. We've been talking a hell of a lot of speculation, bro. Like, and a lot of us know what's gonna happen, but most of our conversations we've been towing the line between optimism and realism, bro, for so long, bro. Like with a lot of these situations, whether it's the Ben Simmons health situation, whether it's Cam Thomas should play Simmons situation, whether it's Wilson is gonna get a big time in the situation, because we just don't know. We don't know how smart. We don't know what this coaching staff is thinking. And I can make plenty of rant videos, but they ain't gonna listen to me because they didn't do it last year. I can make plenty of we should
Make
do this.
videos. We listen to you,
Yeah,
man.
yeah, yeah. They ain't listening to me because I send the shits, bro. I at them in the joints, bro, and everything. They ain't listening to me, bro. Like, listen. So
Nah, I
I'm just
know, bro. I'll be adding them too.
so so
They
so
trust
so
me.
my
One day they'll
my
listen,
thing
man.
is this. So my thing is this. Now you talked about the Cam Thomas towards Trey Young and whatchamacallit minutes. Listen, it sound good, but the thing is, they have advantages. They have legitimate advantages, bro. Coming into the league, they have advantages that Cam Thomas did not fucking have, bro. Like they were the guys out of the gate. They basically was handed the keys to the franchises, bro, that they was drafted to, and said go, and they went. You saw what Donovan Mitchell did in his rookie year, bro, but they gave Ben Simmons rookie of the year anyway. You saw what Trey Young did in his rookie year, but they gave Luka Doncic the rookie of the year anyway, and rightfully so. He came on his last play of the season. The point I'm trying to make is
Right.
the thing with Cam Thomas is that you have to like it's other areas of his game that has to be unlocked in order for what you trying to put in place to work. Other areas of his game that has to be unlocked, and not just offensively, not just defensively at all. And I'm talking about playmaking wise on both sides of the ball. It has to be unlocked in order for this shit to work.
I'm
Has
saying
to be.
Cam Thomas is going to average 15 to 20 points this season.
Not
I'm
not
there
not
with it.
playing not playing the way he's been playing now.
All right, we're gonna see. Shout out to LM. He said, realistically, what see do y'all see us as? I think we'd be top 5 if everything connects. He said we Barry like Nets fans, but you a KD fan. But shout out to you, man. Shout out to Barry. You my guy. Let Barry answer first. You know what I mean? I want to hear outside
Go ahead,
perspective.
Barry.
Talk your shit, Barry.
Where Barry at? I don't know if Barry's
All
still
right,
there.
Leaf. What you think? Top 5? You think we top 5
I
next?
think we listen. I think we could be top five, like realistically,
What up,
with
Leonardo? I see
like
you.
minus Ben Simmons because we was top six. In
Mm-hmm.
that aspect, we had games that was winnable, but we just let them slip. Now that we're gonna have a training camp under our belt and everything and everything under our belt, it's all
Leonardo,
about
serve it up, Lee.
yeah, what's good, Leo? What's good? But I think we can be. Listen, I said this team has the potential to run 10, 11 deep, man, because we got a lot of spots to fill, and we got a whole roster of guys, and a lot of guys is not going to get playing time. When it come down to the nitty gritty, so we're gonna have to find a way to play a lot of guys that's gonna help us control. That's gonna help us as a whole unit. We have the opportunity to go 10 deep. So whether Cam Thomas, whether everything that you said about Cam Thomas comes true or not, whether everything that we said about Ben Simmons comes true or not, bro, I still think we at least top five, top six. Me
Yeah.
personally.
Yeah, and to add to that, I think we benefit because I believe defense win championships, and well, yes, I think we top five, but I'm telling you why now. It's because I think defense win championships, and the whole us having switching defense, and we got a team that got a lot of wingspan. I think we benefit from the no flop, and I think we stay in front of our guys, play good defense, and that's going to help our defense because we won't get called for flops. And then we got Patty Mills and Blake Griffin was here. Hopefully they left some. You know what I'm saying? They got a coach that teaches how to take charges. You know what I mean, so if that works, if then we all good. You know what I mean? So I think because we got a tough defense next season, I'm talking top 10 or top five. And I think we're fringe top five. So if we're not five, we're like 6 or 7. It's close. And just so you know where I'm at with it, when you look at the top 10 defenses, they stingy. Do you get 110 points? Cleveland led number one in the going into the playoffs. They were number one with holding teams to 110 points. I think we are right around there, 110, 112. I'll say 112, 112, 112. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Big Priest. I see you. What up, Big Priest? But yeah, I think we a top five team, man. I think we top six, top five. I give it 6 and 5. I think we toggle. I don't think we just like a solid five yet. I think we toggle between 5 and 6, and then ultimately we pull away and we stay at 5.
Definitely. And to add more to that, bro, I think in terms of defense, everything is gonna fit how it's supposed to fit. It's all about Coach Javon's pedigree in terms of how he preach, in terms of how he leans in terms of defense, man. Like if he leans in terms of like knowing tendencies and knowing player scouting and everything, and teaching the players how to play a scout and learning their homework, and everybody get on their homework and do it properly, bro. Like then it's gonna work defensively. Offensively, bro, like I'm kind of up in the air. It's kind of a flip of the coin for me, realistically, because I don't know what the hell we gonna be running. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
that's
But
what
I
I'm
know.
saying. Insert Cam Thomas in the conversation, but I'm not gonna do that. Shout out to LM. He say? What's your thoughts about Baisley? Y'all think he can have an impact off rip? Yeah, I think that Jock Vaughn is a defensive style coach, so he's gonna get a player like that. And what was impressive about him when I follow him up, see what was going on with him. Since he was coming to the Brooklyn Nets, he had a highlight reel of blocking jumpers.
Yeah,
Like
he did.
that shit was nice. I
He
was like,
definitely
man,
did.
we need that
He
with the
definitely
league.
did.
With the
He got
league,
his
yeah,
wingspan is crazy.
yeah. So again, with the league, and right now where a lot of teams go three heavy, you got a guy who's blocking perimeter jump shots, man. You need him on your team. I'm glad he's part of the Brooklyn Nets, and I think he's part of the
I'm
reason.
starting to notice that around the league, bro. Like between him, Chet, Bobo, especially Vic, bro. Like ain't no easy shots around Vic, bro. Like for real. Like I pray for. Listen, I pray for anybody. I would really love to see Steph get a clear out on Vic, bro, and get a shot off over him. I ain't gonna lie to you, like because like if anybody could get their shot off quick, it is Steph. But if Steph could get that over Wemby, I give him all the credit of the world. All he got to do is hit 1-3 over Wemby, bro. Like I'm like I ain't got nothing bad to say about Steph ever again. Be honest with you, bro. Like, but yeah, it's a lot of that going on all around the league. It's starting to get a lot of like these tall 7-foot linky dudes that could basically you could throw at 3. Some of you could sometimes throw at 2, and they could run like Izels and get up the court and affect games. They jack or trades offensively, but they could block shots as well.
Nah, facts. Brockwork said, I want to see Clax level up. Me too. I think Clax could develop a little midi. I think he might try to run the city with that midi. I think he do want to pull defenses out because if Clax could get the midi respected, he could pump fake it and drive hard to the basket. And he won't dunk.
Mm-hmm.
He
Mm-hmm.
won't dunk. So yeah,
Yeah, definitely. I think Claxton, he has a lot of advantages with his wingspan as well, bro. We got we got one of them teams that got a lot of wingspan, bro. Like a lot of wingspan players, bro. Like Mikal, for his size, bro. Like arguably one of the best the best wingspans at his height, at 6'5", 6'6", or whatever. So in the history of the game. So my thing is like, yeah, we have the physical guy. Physically, we have the height and everything that we need to play defense. We just need to put it all together. You know what I'm saying? Guys just need to get in the passing lanes and get to the blocks and get to the steals and get to the hustle plays and all of that, man. Like, and if we could do that, I think we're gonna stay
I
afloat.
believe it. I think Mikal Bridges and Nick Claxton, they energized by defense, like defensive plays and like blocks and deflections and steals. Like they like that type of shit. Like they talk about that shit in the timeout. Like yeah, he tried to cross, but I put my hand there, deflected. That shit went out of bounds. Like get the fuck out of here. You know what I mean? I seen them in the interview. They was laughing at. They was like, yo, I'm gonna do the mellow and I'm gonna grab a rebound and be like, fuck out of here.
Yeah. Mikal. Well, the one thing I noticed about Mikal, he has a knack for like the crossovers, because it's the same thing that Jordan had when Jordan was playing. Jordan had a knack for like cutting off the crossover lane and forcing you like basically to go to like one side. You know what I'm saying? Because he had the hand. Well, Jordan played in the hand check era, so he was a little bit more physical. Like Mikal is just naturally has the wingspan to get there. You know what I'm saying? Like he has the wingspan to get to that cross and steal the ball clean. You know what I'm saying? So I
You
noticed
gotta.
he has that.
I'm looking forward to it. Big Priest said I think Claxton and the rest of the guys will do very good on the defensive end. I agree. Brockwork said we still light on the boards. That's a fact, man. I need Dayron Sharp and DFS to be big there, and I need Ben Simmons to be back to his old self, man. You know what I'm saying? If those three things happen, we'd be good on the boards. LM said, personally, I want to see Clax take more mid ranges and post ups, elevate more than just being a lob threat. Yeah, we spoke on that just now.
I think Clax is the more one dribble floater or pick and roll or pick and roll and give and go, dribble handoff or
Yeah.
type
Nah,
dash
there
to the
you go. That
basket
give
type
and
of.
go. That give and go, John. That give
Yeah,
and go.
like
He good with that. He
I
good
think
with
he a
that.
more of a floater in the lane type of dude, bro. Like I don't think post up don't really suit him. He ain't put If he put the ball on the floor, it's gonna be in an open court, and he's gonna do a couple of things in the open court, bro. Like, but he gonna take like long strides or whatever. But try to get a quick dash layup to the basket, that type of thing. You know what I'm saying? Or
Yeah.
try to go over top and get the
Yeah.
oop or whatever. But Clax to me, bro. Like I think he on the up and up for sure.
Yeah, no, I think he improved this year too. I think he averaged a double double for sure.
Claxton on the up. He on the up and up for sure, bro. Like he gonna get to
Big
he gonna
Priest
get he
said,
gonna get to it.
yeah, for sure. Big Priest said, if we can average between 105 and 115, we good. We will be good in shape. We will be in good shape this year. And with this NBA, that's not hard. That's not that hard to do. That's true.
I will say, hey, listen. I will say this: if we could average. It depends on the way that we play, bro. Because with players like Ben Simmons coming in healthy and DSJ, that means that we trying to move a little bit faster. And I don't think Dinwiddie is going to be a part of that equation in terms of a lead ball handler. He might be getting playing time, but he might be playing more off of somebody than anything. So my thing is like, yo, like if we get an opportunity to put up more shots, we just got to figure out what our strengths is realistic. If our strengths in defense, then Dinwiddie probably is going to be getting them a little bit more time. You know what I'm saying? Because we're going to hold the ball more and we're going to rest more. That means we're going to rest more offense. Because then if you need somebody to dribble the air out the ball, then Dinwiddie is your guy.
Oh man, I ain't gonna shout the Leaf, man. I ain't messing with you in the kind of Dinwiddie, man.
Dinwiddie is your guy.
Dinwiddie got to prove himself, man. He was less than stellar in those playoffs, man. So he gotta show up. Man. He definitely got to show up. Leonardo said McCaffrey. I'm not reading this comment. Stop it, man. Don't try to put no injuries on Johnson. Cam Johnson be back. Hey, he not injured. He wasn't injured. He dunked on Embiid. I should have said that with Andre.
He caught MB slipping,
Yeah, hell yeah.
but he
Shout
messed around and got kicked out the game. So
But what up, Barry? You think what you they think we saying that the Nets gonna be fifth seed next season? What about the Suns? Y'all think y'all gonna be fifth seed or what's going on with them?
I don't know. I'll be honest. I think the Suns might it might be like a good fifth or fourth seed. I say.
Hmm.
Yeah. I gotta charge this damn phone anyway, bro. I only got on for a little bit.
Yeah, no, shout out to you, man. We've been shit. It's an hour and a half. I'm about to close up shop soon. But shout out to Leaf, man. Subscribe to Leaf page too, man. He be, you know what I'm saying? You do Nets rants and you be there. Shout out to Barry. I don't know where you at, but shout out to Barry. Um. All right. Well, my favorite part of the show, you know, we got to pretty much everything in it. Oh, we ain't talk about my guy Pat Gardner. Two things I want to talk about before we go. Want to talk about real quick. Hold on. LM said, "How y'all feel about us keeping DFS and Royce O'Neal still?" I think there's a relationship between Royce O'Neal and Jock Vaughn. You know, player to coach. There's a reliability there. Is one of the things that Jock Vaughn likes about Royce O'Neal because of the relationship with Jock Vaughn and Royce O'Neal. I think Royce O'Neal stays with the Brooklyn Nets. I think he's one of the coach's favorite players because of his availability, reliability, and him being able to open up the offense by spreading the floor because he take deep threes and he's efficient. You know what I mean? He even has a reputation for being efficient. So Royce O'Neal for sure, DFS more. He got to prove himself. I think Royce O'Neal is a little more proven. Remember, he started the season with the Brooklyn Nets, so he's more proven than DFS. So I think that's the difference. Is that DFS only got 28 games, and Royce O'Neal got 82 games, so close to it. Almost an Iron Man. He didn't do 82 games, but he was close to it. He's top 10 in minutes in the season. So, he means a lot to the Brooklyn Nets. I think we keep him for sure. In DFS, we gotta see what happens before the trade deadline. But that's a good sample size. That's a good 50 plus games. So, and you want to keep him prototype wise. He's another one with a lot of wingspan, and you want to work with him. You know what I mean? We would need a player, with like a power forward anyway. So if we trade him, it would be we would need another power forward back. So that can help us with rebounding. He would have to be a better rebounder than DFS. So I think DFS stays if he knocked down that three ball and play solid defense. And especially if he's a good rebounder. We get 6-7 rebounds a game, knock down 2 3-pointers, three maybe. You know what I'm saying? The leader of the NBA, Klay Thompson, he was hitting 4.5 a game, damn near, right? So that being said, if we he ain't got to be the best in the NBA. He knock down 2 or 3 a game. That's good. Play solid defense, get 6-7 boards, be good. But yeah, man, it's late, and I'll probably do this over and I'll start from the beginning. But we here now. We here now, and I wanted to talk to y'all real quick about my guy, Drazen Petrovic, right? Drazen Petrovic. He was born October 22nd, 1964. He was a Yugoslavic Croatian professional basketball player. A shooting He a shooting guard. He initially achieved success playing professional basketball in Europe in the 1980s before joining the NBA. So he played pro ball in the 80s, and in '89 he came to the NBA. All right. Let me show y'all the picture so y'all know what I'm talking about. My guy Drazen Petrovic. I'm gonna probably just chop that up. You know what I'm saying? Don't try to play my guy Royce O'Neal. Don't do that. You get busy. You get busy. We ain't gonna have none of that Leonardo. Shout to Leonardo though. But relax. A star on multiple international basketball stages, Petrovic earned 2 silver medals, in 1988. That's the year, 1988 and 1992. and 1 bronze. 1984 at the Summer Olympic Games. So gold 1990 and the bronze 1986 at the FIBA World Cup. He was a hooper before he got to the NBA. 1986, 1990, 1988, 1984. That's before he got to the NBA. Had a lot of his career before he got to the NBA. He was a hooper. He was the FIBA World Championship MVP in 1986 and the FIBA Eurobasket MVP in 1989. What? See, the best player is like, bro. He was the Eurobasket and FIBA Eurobasket MVP in 1989. Bro, this dude was nice, man. Long story short, this dude was nice. But we gonna make it long because we broke the Nets fans. The Nets fans is the best fans. I'm about to read this whole thing. What you talking about? Petrovic also won 2 consecutive EuroLeague championships in 1985 and 1986. He first represented Yugoslavia senior national team and later Croatia senior national team. He earned 4 Euro scars and was named Mr. Europa twice. In 1985, he received the Golden Badge Award for the best athlete at Yugoslavia. Seeking a bigger arena after his career started in Europe, Petrovic joined the NBA in 1989 as a member of the Portland Trail Blazers. After playing mostly off the bench that year, Petrovic experienced a breakthrough following a trade to the New Jersey Nets. While starting for the Nets, he became one of the league's best shooting guards. That's a fact. He was named one of the FIBA's 50 greatest players in 1991. I didn't know that. Shout out to the FIBA, man. Mikal Bridges is about to go to FIBA, man. That's dope. Wow. Oh man, I kind of don't want to read the rest, you know. Yeah, I know why. They talk about his car accident. I don't really want to read that part, to be honest. In 1993, Petrovic jersey number 3 was retired by the Nets, and the Drazen Petrovic Basketball Hall was named after him in his honor. He also received the Olympic Order in 1993 and 2002. He was posthumously enshrined into the Namath Memorial Basketball Hall of Fame. In 2006, the Drazen Petrovic Award was created in his honor. In 2007, what is it exactly, though? What's the award? I want to know. Okay. Awarded to talented young athletes and teams for outstanding sporting results and sports development. Okay. So the first one was a female by Dani Shala Graji and Philip Graji. They're their brother and sister? Oh, this is cool, man. This is not even basketball. This is a volleyball team and a handball team. But they got basketball. They got a polo team, a tennis team. This is really cool.
You?
Yo, oh yeah, you back?
Yeah, I was here. I was just listening.
I was actually about I said the Nets will be at 15 next season. What about the Suns?
You said the Suns gonna be where?
No, I didn't say they was gonna be nowhere. I'm asking you, where you think they're gonna be?
Or in the West?
Yeah.
I'll say second seed.
All that?
Yeah.
You for real?
Bro, you saw what they got on their roster?
Yeah, but what about chemistry? You say second seed. I won't even. You said second seed. You was right about the Mikal trade. I gotta give you credit, man. I gotta give you credit.
Facts.
That being said, man, shout out to my guy Barry, man. I'm about to call it a night soon. We done spoke on Pet Drazon. we spoke on multiple things. You know what I'm saying? It was one last thing I wanted to speak on. It was my guy, Patrick Gardner. Now, if you ain't a Nets fan, this might have missed you. We got somebody named Patrick Gardner, and
Oh, I saw that.
he's
He
a
ain't gonna get no minutes though,
serviceable
bro.
player.
I think he's gonna be a G leaguer.
He might be a G leaguer, but he could score the ball, and we don't really got nobody who
Bro,
can put their
bro,
back to the basket.
you wasting your time talking about him. He gonna be in the G League.
Don't do that. The G League dudes, they be coming up and then putting in work. Don't make it seem like look at Armani Brooks. He was in the summer league and now he about to hoop with us. And trust me, he got a 2-way contract. He ain't got no 10-day training camp
Yeah,
contract.
yeah,
Yeah.
he's solid.
Shout out to my guy, Armani Brooks, man. He a hooper for real. Um, but yeah, basically, I'm not gonna read everything they said about him, but he's a 6'11" stretch, who played in Miami Summer League and will play for Egypt in the FIBA World Cup. Oh, okay. I gotta holler at my guy Big Tom, see if he know what he's talking about. What else? That's it though. Gardner averaged 19.6.7 boards and 1.9 assists. Bro, 10 game contract gonna say a lot. 21 points, nine boards, and a block. He hooping, bro. I don't know what league this is. I gotta keep it real.
Yeah,
This is the led Maris to the conference championship
yeah, I never heard that before.
despite a 10-19 regular season record. Yo, he got that dog in him. He had a 10-19 regular season record and made it to the conference championship. Oh, for real, he got man. We did good by getting dude. Well, we'll speak more on him on a later basis. But shout out to my guy Barry, man. Been holding it down from the beginning of the stream, man. Shout out to what I'm saying, all the fans, but the Nets fans is the best fans. Hope y'all had a good night, man. You know what I'm saying? And enjoy the rest of the night, man. Until next time. Thank y'all for tuning in. I appreciate the whole chat. My guy Leonardo. Shout out to Leaf, he was here earlier. Shout out to LM, but all of the fire comments. Shout out to Big Priest. Shout out to Brockwork. Shout out to everybody that was watching. Much love to y'all. Yeah, man, it's Big Fan Breezy with the Brooklyn Nets vlog. Shout out to my guy Barry. We're gonna speak more on that duo another time. We're gonna see who the best duo. I gotta get a partner, but we gonna figure out who the best
Joffy gonna show up for you.
Huh?
So Joffy might show up for you. Might.
Yeah, shout out to Joffy, man. But yeah, man, we gonna work that out, man. The next game is in August. We gonna see you pulling up for that August game.
For sure.
No doubt. All right, man. Yo, shout to y'all. You know what I mean? I appreciate y'all. And safe it up, man. Have a good night.
Big fan Breezy with the Brooklyn Nets vlog.
BROOKLYNBROOKLYNBROOKLYNBROOKLYNBROOKLYNBROOKLYNBROOKLYNBROOKLYNBROOKLYNBROOKLYNBROOKLYNBROOKLYNBROOKLYNBROOKLYNBROOKLYNBROOKLYNBROOKLYNBROOKLYNBROOKLYNBROOKLYNBROOKLYNBROOKLYNBROOKLYNBROOKLYNBROOKLYNBROOKLYNBROOKLYNBROOKLYNBROOKLYNBROOKLYNBROOKLYNBROOKLYNBROOKLYNBROOKLYNBROOKLYNBROOKLYNBROOKLYNBROOKLYNBROOKLYNBROOKLYNBROOKLYNBROOKLYNBROOKLYNBROOKLYNBROOKLYNBROOKLYNBROOKLYNBR